Good morning and welcome to another edition of Finn's Table Talk with me, your host, Fish Tank Hank, and my co-host and wife, Kelly.
Good morning.
So, there's been a lot of talk about how has Grier done so far. There's also been a lot of talk about a guy named Cook. So, is Grier going to be cooking? I guess is the question, right? Everybody's wondering, but also, we're wondering about the offensive line. So first, let's get into it on Dalvin Cook. And how do you feel about Dalvin Cook? Give me some ideas whether we should be taking him or trying to get him or not.
Oh, absolutely. I think we are really in the win now mentality, and I really feel like this is one that we should hop on if and when it happens. They talked about it in March was the first time I believe they were talking about a trade for Cook, and then it didn't happen. I think it'll be a fabulous thing. He had shoulder surgery last year, but that's working. That worked out. He's doing really, really well with that. No issues. Last season, 2022, he started every single game. He had 1,173 rushing yards, 8 rushing touchdowns, 39 receptions. Really use some of that power there. Last 4 years, Pro Bowl. He averaged the last 4 years 1,256 yards. With career was 46 touchdowns. So we've got some good stats there. He's productive, electric. Like I said, he's after his surgery, he's really fine and healthy. Isn't that also what we're trying to do with the Dolphins this year?
He's healthy, but he does get hurt.
He does get hurt. Yes,
he might be healthy now, but he is, in my opinion, he gets injured a lot.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping coming in healthy he's going to stay healthy. You know, he might bring Ahmed down, slide down to 4th, but because you've got Cook, Mostert, Wilson, that's all going to be good for Tua too.
Yeah, you had Cook. Cook's better than them.
Yeah, exactly.
Mostert, he might be different though because he's so fast.
No, he is real fast. So it makes a lot of sense to me. Don't overthink it. Absolutely, just stay in that win now, and I think it would be. Don't let this pass. Don't pass this up.
Well, and then you have Chris Grier. I mean, he hired McDaniel. He turned around. He traded for Tyreek Hill. The 2021 class with Waddle and Phillips and Holland. Then he brought us Jalen Ramsey trade, David Long signing. Both of those look to be steals. So, but, you know, everybody wants to know about that offensive line still, too. I really hope we do something in the draft. But if we don't, players will be released after the draft, and there might be somebody that we could actually pick up that we'd like. What are your thoughts on Grier? How's he doing so far?
Well, I think he's been really, really good. Potential to be great. You know, just the free agency pickups of Hill and Chubb and Ramsey with his trades. I think he does a really good job trading down. You know, sometimes people don't agree. I know some fans are really reluctant. Sometimes you'll see it online. I hear it. And I really think you need to look a bit more of over the few years he's been with the Dolphins, too. It's not, you know, over, like you said, all the chip, what we're adding, not just a bad decision here or what you think is a bad decision there. They can't all be perfect, but he's really made some amazing picks in the last 6 drafts. Some of those players, they impact every single game, and that's what you want to see. We were building a team for so long, and he did. And, you know, they got rid of Flores, kept Grier, great decision. I'm all over it. You know, 2020, like you said, Waddle.
20 what?
2020. I got a frog in my throat, honey. I'm sorry.
Speak.
Oh, Grier, I'm all over. Like I said, good. He's going to be great. He's been doing great. Not afraid to do those trade back, you know.
Yeah.
Totally supporting him.
All right. Well, for me, it's a mixed bag because Chris Grier's been there so long. I mean, he's been there a very long time, not just as a GM. He's been there as far as dealing with personnel and everything like that for
Scouting.
years.
Yeah.
For
Also.
years now. So I want to see them address the offensive line. I'm not convinced yet that we're ready for the season without a tight end, without another offensive guard, and without a right tackle. Those, I believe, are Miami's biggest needs. Now, what's going to happen when they go into the draft in a couple weeks? Are we going to get Dalvin Cook? Would you want Dalvin Cook? I'm hoping that, if anything, the Vikings just release Dalvin Cook. And if they just release him, then Grier has lots of options then. Dalvin Cook, his home is Miami, so he'd be coming back home if he came to Miami. I personally don't want to give up any picks, especially high picks, our 80-something and our 51. I don't want to give those up for Dalvin Cook. Some people might want to have Dalvin Cook. I want Dalvin Cook, but not where we have to give anything significant up for him. But what's next?
What's next?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. We were talking about Grier, love Grier. Sounds like I'm a little more with Grier than you, and that's all right. And what else we got going on this week coming up in Dolphin Land?
We don't have a lot coming up until the draft, but once the draft comes, we'll have a lot for you folks. And we just want to say have a good morning, because we know we're going to make the best of this day because it's a Dolphins day. You got anything else?
No, dear, I don't.
Okay. And as always, don't forget, fins up.